Yo, how's it going everyone? Lord360 here, back with another video, and today we're gonna go over the new classification Pokedex in Pokemon Go, and I'm actually gonna get this cleaned up for you guys. I'm gonna have lots of new Pokedex entries for you all to watch tonight, so grab some popcorn, grab some chips, grab a drink, grab some coffee, and let's get started with talking about this new update in Pokemon Go. So, I hope you guys are ready and strapped in for a nice sort of relaxing video. Not looking to do anything too stressful today. It's going to be just me talking to you guys, showing you guys a couple things, and just having an overall good time. We're looking to just relax tonight. We're not going to do anything too crazy. So, bring up the game. Okay, we can't have the video without the game, right? I gotta start the screen recording as well. Something I do not want to forget if I'm going to be doing lots of new Pokedex entries. And, let's have a look at this new Pokedex. So, here's the regular one. You can go through generations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus Galar and a bit of the unknowns. But let's actually look at what this looks like. This looks really nice, I will admit. You have your Mega Dex, you have the Event Dex, the Lucky Dex, Shiny 3-star, which is sort of cool, because that means you can actually try and do lucky trades for all those 3-star ones. Regular 3 stars, the Perfect Dex, which is almost impossible to complete unless you're a spoofer. Shadow Dex, and Purified Dex. So we got lots of classifications to go through. I'm going to go through just some of them. I'm not going to go through all of them because some of them are kind of lame. Like, for example, the Mega Dex, I've not bothered touching for a little bit. Like, I've noticed some of them, as you can see, and some of the shiny forms are really nice on these. Obviously, just for personal reasons, I haven't evolved them. I do have the the candies and the Mega Energies to make all these, but I just haven't yet. So, it is what it is. I'm going to move on from that one. So, let's actually go to one of the cool ones that were introduced. The Separated Lucky Dex. This is actually really cool. So, now you can actually see all of your lucky Pokemon in one convenient spot, rather than having to click on each one and just see if it's lucky or not. So, as you just saw, Generation 1 is completely done. Generation 2 completely done as well. Generation 3, I'm only missing Kecleon, and that's gonna be a while. But, we'll see when it comes out in the game. And then Gen 4, I'm missing a couple regionals. Or actually, no, I'm just missing one Pokemon, and that's Mime Jr. So, that one I'll get eventually. Don't you worry, I'll get my hands on one of those soon enough. And then Generations 5 and 6 are where we're going to be cleaning tonight, because I've got a lot of Pokemon, as you can see, that I just haven't evolved. And I have the Luckies, the pre-evolutions, but I just never evolved them into Pokedex. So we're going to be evolving a bunch of them tonight and having some fun with it, okay? So that's the Lucky Dex. Got a pretty good amount of that done. Shiny Dex is also really cool. So obviously some of them aren't released. They're just going to have the numbers there forever until the Shiny's released. But doing pretty good on this one as well, I've completed a lot of the Shiny Dex. I am a hardcore Shiny hunter myself, I will admit. It's nice now that they do this for everyone, where you can actually see it in a separate Dex. Not that you have to go hunting again, like clicking on each one and trying to figure it out. So yeah, it's kind of nice just to have all this sorted for you, and you don't have to go hunting anymore. You just have it here, and you can see where the gaps are. And obviously, if you haven't evolved something, then you can just see that you just evolve it, and then you have it in your Dex. And that's essentially with the Shiny Dex. Just gonna scroll through. You can kind of look through it, pause if you want to see what I have, but essentially not doing too bad on it. A couple of these were traded, but all these were mainly just caught on my own. So that's that. Now, this is a Dex that I was actually interested in seeing myself, which is the 3-star Dex. So it shows you Pokemon that you had 3 stars of. And I think this is kind of cool because it gives you a reason now to evolve those 3-star Pokemon. Because I know a lot of people like myself who played for 5 years, they have a lot of Hundos. So they really don't have a reason to evolve like a 96 or something like that or lower. That is still classified as a 3-star. So obviously, you don't really think about evolving them, but now there's a reason to, and I'm gonna try my best to keep up with all my 3-stars that I catch, so that I can evolve them and clean up this Dex, because that'd be cool just to have this one completed as well and say, look, I had a 3-star every single Pokemon in the Pokedex. That's sort of cool. And then here's the big one, the Hundo Dex, or they call it the Perfect Dex, which I like Hundo Dex more. Let me know what you think, which one I should be calling it, but I'm gonna call it the Hundo Dex for the time being, just because they're all Hundos and we know them as Hundos. But we got a good amount here. Like, there's a lot of gaps in there, mainly because I haven't evolved some of them. But as you'll notice coming through here, unfortunately, it's a little glitchy, and I'll explain that to you, and I'll explain it real easily. So, as you can see, I've got a lot of Hundos that are evolved. As you can see, I have this Glalie here, but if I go back, my last Hundo there is a Duskull. So, did you catch that Glalie in a raid? And the answer to that is no. I actually caught 2 Hundo snow runs on Spotlight Hour back in, I believe it was December, when it was really cold and it was snowing out. Not a fun time to play. But I also have Frostlass. And you're thinking now, you definitely couldn't get that in a raid. You couldn't have hatched that. So why is your snow run not showing up? Well, unfortunately, like I told you, I'm going to show you 4-star and Snorunt. Oh, that's not the spice one. There we go. Snorunt. I unfortunately evolved them, and I didn't keep them as snow runs. So prior to this update, if it wasn't physically in your box, then it ceased to exist essentially in your decks. But going forward, they said that if you have it in your decks, if you have it in your box as a Hundo and then you evolve it, it will stay in your Hundo decks as the Hundo, and it'll show both forms. So essentially, if you didn't have the Hundo, you're starting from scratch, which kind of sucks. But that is what it is. We can't really change that. Same idea for my Eevee, for example. Look at this, 4-star and Eevee. You're gonna laugh at this one. Look at this. I've got all 4 evolutions so far out of the 9 that we currently have in the game. 8 in the game. My mistake on that. And where's Eevee? It's not in my decks. Look at this. I'll show you just for a good laugh, okay? Go down to my Vaporeon here. Vaporeon is a Hundo, but I don't have Hundo Eevee registered. So my next Hundo Eevee obviously will be coming, because I want to get the whole Hundo decks of the evolutions, which living decks again, is kind of cool to have that. So I'll keep hunting, but it's just sad that unfortunately that's not happening. And then same thing happened with the Shadow and the Purified decks. As you can see, the Shadow decks doesn't have that as well. And the Purified decks, you know, doesn't have that as well, where if you've caught it before, like I've caught all these Shadow Pokemon, like clearly I didn't just catch a Shadow Metagross, or purify a Shadow Metagross, and I didn't purify the base form. I would have actually caught it as the base form and then evolved it. Like, I'll show you here. Look at this. I didn't catch an Executor, but I didn't catch an Execute. It's just not showing up in my decks because I haven't caught one since the update. But, funny enough, Niantic's post online does say that they are going to fix those soon. So those 2 decks are saved. Those ones are going to be filled because clearly you can see where it says Purified on here. So you know that if it was Purified, you must have had the Shadow form of it. So they're going to fix those 2 eventually. But unfortunately, the Perfect Hundo decks, not going to fix. I'm going to have a lot of those gaps where I've evolved it. You have to go and rehunt it as the base form. And essentially you're starting from scratch. Before we start doing some evolutions, I want to show you a cool trick you can do. So, we're going to go to Shadow Decks, okay? And if you have, so this only works if you have the shiny form registered as the regular Pokemon. So if you have a shiny, for example, Zubat, which I do, you can actually see the Shadow shiny forms. Now this sucks for me because I don't have a lot of those Shadow Pokemon registered because of the update, and I didn't keep a lot of them physically in the box, but you can still see a lot of those Shadow shinies, and some of them look really good. Like, okay, not the Diglett. Bad timing. But some of these, like Machop, oh my god, they're gonna be so cool. And Machamp, Shadow shiny Machamp, Shadow shiny Victory Bell, like so many of these. Like, look at this Slowbro. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. I'm excited for when these come out. Like, there's just so many good looking ones, and I just can't wait. But I'm not much of a Shadow shiny hunter, so yeah, unfortunately I won't be going for a lot of these. I'm just going to be looking at them in here like this, and eventually they'll come out. Like the birds, look at the birds. Oh well, That just is lame. I'm sorry. Oh, spicy chicken. Look at that. And then we've got your teeny Mewtwo, Shadow Shiny Mewtwo. That's eventually going to come out one day. It's going to look so cool. There's a lot of good looking ones that I'm just like, wow. I'm excited for these to come out Shadow Shiny. Oh my god, look at the tiny eyes on Quagsire. Oh, that looks so funny. I never noticed that. Again, I just never noticed some of these, what they look like as a shadow form, because I don't do a lot of rocket battles. But this is a cool feature. Try it out for yourself. If you have some shinies that you want to look at and you have the shadow forms registered in your decks, then by all means, go nuts. And you can essentially see the future in this update by looking at this, because this is so cool. That's going to come out for Christmas one day. But if it's going to be this year or next year, I have no clue at all. Alright, so I'm just going to give you my feedback and what I personally think overall of this new update, because obviously everyone's going to have their opinions, and I obviously have mine as well. But honestly, the graphic design of it looks beautiful. That I'm going to say is great. They did a great job of it. The specifics of it, in terms of the logistics and the pretty much filling the decks properly, they didn't hit the nail on that. They didn't hit the head. Unfortunately, they did not, you know, do anything well for the shadow decks, the purified decks. The perfect decks is probably the hardest one for me to accept. That I've evolved some Hundos and I have to go re-hunt them because they didn't code them in. So I think if you look at this, it's great going forward. And it's great for newer players. For older players who have their decks and didn't keep a living dex of things, yeah, it sort of sucks because you have to essentially go and re-hunt a lot of these Pokemon that you've gotten. But I mean, it's so cool to actually finally have a way to organize things and see what you've got. Like, especially with costumes, for example. I didn't even touch on that, but like, there's been so many costumes for just Pikachu alone. And now we have a visual way to see if we've registered them all. I don't know what happens if you haven't caught one of them. Like, if it shows up as a shadow, for example. But I'll keep an eye on it for when a new costume's coming out. For example, when GoFest comes out, if it'll actually show up on here before you actually catch it as a shadow, because that way then it'd be a good way to keep track of what ones you're missing. Because right now it says I have 86, but I don't know if there's more costumes or less. I'm sure I've got them all because I have all the Pichus, unless I'm missing one, and I've got all the ones from the different events. So it's great. I love this. I love this new feature. It's just unfortunate that some of the decks didn't backlog the previously caught Pokemon. So it's good. I like it, but they could have definitely done better in terms of the coding and fixing it up. Alright, so here comes the fun part of the video for you guys to watch and for me to kind of do myself, because I've been waiting a long time to do all this and I've had no reason to. But I think it's time. With the new decks, with the lucky decks finally able to be seen perfectly like this, I think it's time. I think it's time that I just clean up the decks and I start evolving all my new Pokemon that I currently have that I can evolve. For example, if this would load, that's one thing I will say. This doesn't load good enough, right? And there's no way of getting from generation to generation on the top bar. So that's something hopefully they add in the future, but I already went enough on the explanations how I feel about it. So, for example, Munna. I have a Munna Lucky, but I haven't evolved it into Musharna. So we're going to be working on cleaning that up a bit as much as possible today. And by the end of it, hopefully there won't be many gaps, if any, because, like I said, I really worked on this when the feature first came out. And I keep up to date when new Pokemon come out because it makes it easier to just have it done than to worry about it in the future, honestly. Because, man, if I didn't get all these beforehand, some of these you can't even get currently right now, and they're very hard to find. So it's best to do them when the Pokemon first comes out, so that way you can actually keep up with it and have it nice and clean like I do right now. So I'm not going to spend any more time talking. I'm going to just enjoy some of the evolutions. I've taken the liberty and actually cleaned it up nicely, so I know what ones we're going to be evolving today. We've got 23 new evolutions. Obviously there are more, but some of them I just don't have the candies for. Or actually, scrap that. I have the candies for them, I just don't have the requirements done for them. For example, Pancham, it needs 25 dark types caught, if I'm not wrong. So, I'm not going to be doing that for you guys. I didn't pre-do that, so I can't do it today. But let's get started. We got Mana, and this one takes a Unova Stone. I haven't used many of these, so good to make some bag space for upcoming events. And yeah, let's see what this one looks like in the game. I haven't seen any of these currently in the game because obviously I've never evolved them. And I don't really care to look at them in gyms either because I'm not much of a gymmer. So there's Musharna. Looks pretty decent actually. I like the way it looks. Mana's just a little creepy, but this looks really nice. Alright, let's move to the next one. We've got Timpole, and funny enough, I have Timpole registered into Palpitoad, because I had to do it at the request, and I got there as a reward, but I never actually evolved Palpitoad into Seismitoad, so we're going to do that now. There we go, Palpitoad. That looks really nice. Alright, let's get into Seismitoad. I know this shiny is coming out roughly soon, so I could have waited for the shiny Dex entries, but I don't need to do that anymore. The only ones I'm actually going to wait on now are the starters, because the starters are always going to get their calm days, so I might as well just wait for those. I'm not in a rush to evolve any of the starters. But there's Seismitoad, and he has some really big boils on his arms and his forehead, so there he is. Kind of cool. I like the way he looks. Alright, next is Waddle. And this one evolved into Swadloon and then Leavanny, which Leavanny actually does it really nice. I've always wanted to have this one registered, but I just never took the time to do it. So, here we go. Here's Waddle. That looks really cool, actually. And it does open up the leaves on its arms. Okay, that's kind of cool. Looks really grumpy, though. Kind of like a Snorunt in my case. Snorunt's always so cold. Just wants a jacket. Alright, here we go. Into Leavanny. This is going to look really nice. I know it. Alright, let's see it. 3, 2, 1, and boom! There we go. I know, I really stretched that one out. Nice! Look at that! Nice long arms on that, too. There we go. Another new one. This is actually pretty fun. I don't know why I've been holding off on these for so long. No point at all. Alright. So, I forgot to mention as well, this is a Hundo! Yes, if I have a Hundo, I want to show you, because I might as well flex it. So next we'll move on to, this is Venipede, and it goes into Whirlipede, and then Scolipede. And again, this one's kind of nice too. I like the way it looks at its final evolution. So, again, another new one for me here. They're all going to be new. I'm just going to skip that part. Alright, here's another new one. Very nice. Oh, it rocks back and forth. Alright. And I get to watch the new animation some of these Pokemon because I've never taken the time to do it. Here we go. He's just going to keep rocking back and forth. I hope this shiny comes out soon. I really wanted this one, but we haven't gotten it. We haven't gotten a bug type event in a while. I hope they do that soon. Alright, Scolipede. Look at the Pokedex. Man, that is big. That is a big centipede. Alright. And he just yells at you. Alright. Next up is a really hard one to get, and I actually just have enough candies for it, and that's Sandile. So perfect timing on this evolution, because this one's going to take a while to get more candies for. Might put some rare candies into in the future if I get a Hundo, but unfortunately, I haven't gotten that lucky yet. So we're going to leave this be for now and just enjoy the nice evolution of it. Also, I never understood why... Hear me out. I never understood why they kept this nice and brown, and then they made the crocodile a nice dark red. I never understood that. But here we go. We're going to put this in there. This one looks really nice. I'm excited to see this one in game. Oh man, this one is so cool. I remember Ash having one of these in the anime. Oh, it looked really cool in there too. But look at that. Oh my gosh. That is a monster of a Pokemon. Don't know if it's good for PvP or for attacking or anything like that, but I have to do some research. Oh my gosh, that is a ferocious thing, and I can't believe it's so hard to get. Nice! Alright, next we're going to move on to some fossils. And these are Tortuga and Urchin, which, fun enough, these actually are spawning in the wild for this season, if you guys didn't know. Very, very hard to find, but they're spawning, so if you get lucky or you find it, make sure to report it to your friends so then they can share with other people, because you never know who's in the area. You might be able to help other people out. Definitely some rare Pokemon. And they used to be in the 7K eggs for a while, if I remember, but they thankfully switched those out. They were getting kind of stale. And this one is not a Hundo, unfortunately. Alright, next one is Urchin! Another new one. Oh, it's gonna look so cool. This one's actually useful, I know that. So this one I might actually max out later on in the evening. This one here is, I think, one of the top attacking rock or flying type. I believe it's one of the fastest rock type attackers just because it's part rock, part flying. It's actually really good. There we go. That one there's good. Has Steel Wing and Ancient Power. Not good IVs, but it's the only lucky that I have currently in my box. Alright. This one is a Hundo. So this one I did have a Hundo of, and it is Vanillite. This one is actually really cool when it's a baby, and I'm happy that I have two of them. So I don't have to, you know, say goodbye to this forever. But, you know, currently I am saying goodbye to it. I do have another one, so I don't have to worry. But, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Having a two-headed ice cream cone is the final evolution. I don't know, but that's just me. Alright, we're going to evolve it fully now. Here we go. And I actually don't have a lot of candy for this now that I look at it. I only had like 400 candies. Well, it was only up for the winter event, so that was the only time I could go out and catch them. And trust me, playing on in the winter, not fun at all. But I still make do and I still go out and grind. So there we go. I got my Vanillux. One happy cone, one sad cone. Okay, I'm going to skip this. This is going to be my final evolution just because this one had a very special place in my heart, and I'll explain the story to you guys later on in the video. Okay, next is my Hundo Frillish, which I actually caught as well. Don't know why, again, never evolved some of these Hundos in previous videos, but we're getting through them now. We're going to get through them all. Jellicent. And you know what? I will pause the new evolutions just to show you what the male one is, because I have a male Frillish as well, which I probably should have done for the Dex. That would have been a lot cooler for you guys. But there's my Hundo Frillish. Female. And let's see, I've got my Great League one here, and this one actually is very good for Great League, so let's make that one my technically Pokedex male Frillish, but I've just evolved the female, so it won't count anymore. So let's get this one in the Dex. It looks really nice, and let me know which one you like more. This one kind of looks like the Pringles man with the mustache, but I like the male more than the females. Let me know which one you guys like more. I'm just very biased, I guess, because I am male myself, so I'm drawn more to the male one than the female. I don't know. Alright, let's go back to my evolutions. Next up, we've got Feral Seed. And this one I hunted so hard for the shiny. There were so many events for these, and unfortunately, I haven't gotten the shiny yet a bit. I've tried, just haven't gotten lucky. So, there it is. Ferrothorn. I will get the shiny of this one day. But unfortunately, no Pokedex entry shiny, which is okay. I'm not upset with that at all. It looks really cool. And it's PvP relevant, so now I can actually use it in PvP. Next up is... I forget the name. It's Electric. And then, oh no, sorry, this is Tynamo. Tynamo, then evolved into Electric Electros. See, I forget the names every now and then. I'm not an expert, but I try to be. Again, not really one of my favorite Pokemon, so I kind of forgot the name for a minute. I remember Pokemon Go's Twitter posting about this one, saying how it was the smallest Pokemon currently known in the game. Smaller than Joltik or something like that, which is kind of cool. Alright, this one also takes you Novastone. Oh, cool. I'm getting these finally out of my box, because I have over like 30 of them from Rocket Battles, which, good on Pokemon Go and Niantic for actually putting those into that, because I remember when the Unova first came out, they were impossible to find. Oh my god, look at this thing. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is Electros. Look at the mouth. Oh my god. That looks hilarious. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm done with that now. That was great. Alright, LGM. I had a video for this, which I don't think I've published yet, but I might publish it eventually. Just gonna get a little Easter egg out there. I never actually posted the video for Enigma Week, which I had, but one day I will. There we go. BEM into the Pokedex. There we go. Nothing much to say about this thing. It looks really weird. This next one is so cool. I got this literally yesterday from Go Battle League Night. A Hundo Mienfoo. Now that is something rare to have at the moment, but we all know with Go Battle League that eventually everything in Go Battle League becomes available for everybody. So whether it be in a research box, whether it be in quests, in the wild, they're going to have this thing eventually for people to get. So for now, this is one of the rarest Hundos to have in the game. Hundo Mian Xiao. And I have it registered. That looks really cool. And I actually forgot that Mienfu was a Pokemon at one point. I remember playing some, if you guys know about Ultra Sun and Moon, it's one of the main series games. I was playing that and I was trying to fill up the decks and I completely forgot what Mienfu was. I don't know how I forgot about that. Like, Mian Xiao looks really cool, but Mienfu, it's just so outclassed by so many other fighting types in this generation. Like, if I were to list them all, like, there's Throw, there's Sock, there's Timber. Oh, there's so many fighting types in this generation. It's not even funny. But we're getting through them all. Alright, next one, we've got B-Sharp or Bi-Sharp. Whichever one is the correct pronunciation. I don't actually know, unfortunately. But let's get this one registered as well. The shiny form of this, I remember, is blue. It's not registered. It's not in Pokemon Go just yet. I hope they release it eventually. But this one looks really nice. I love Bi-Sharp. It's a cool design. It has literally blades on its chest. And its hands are like oven mitts. That's the caption of this one. Mr. Oven Mitts. Alright. We've got a couple more left to go. We've got Volibee, which again is another one you can only hatch from eggs. They keep doing this now. They're making them exclusive to eggs or to raids, and it makes it harder to get everything. I don't like that as much. It makes it harder for people who are casual to play this game to get these registered. But for me, someone who plays this like every single day, not a problem, right? It's just a barrier for me to evolve these things because I had no reasons to. There we go. We got our nice little Mandibuzz, and again, PvP relevant, so maybe I'll use it one day. Next up is our Esper into Meowstic, and should I do the male or the female? I'm gonna do the male one, just because again, favoritism. The male one to me looks way better than the female, but they both are equally as good designs, I will admit. I just like the male one more for some reason. Here we go. This one looks really cool. I love the look of that. And we all know that, whoa, wait. Did it just lift its ears? Whoa, okay. It's hiding some real psychic power under those ears. That's really cool. See, and I missed it on all these animations. Okay, I wonder if the female one does the same thing. Let's give it a try. I'm curious now. I'm so curious to see if the female one does the same thing as the male one, if it does the lifting of the ears. I want to know. Here we go. We're going to see its attack animation, alright? Is it? Oh, it might. Oh, yeah. Oh, but those ones look more like bunny ears. Yeah, this one looks more like bunny ears. Oh, man. Oh, and the toes, the feet go like right into each other, whereas the male ones stand out. Interesting. They have a bit of a different pose as well. I guess it's more of like a curtsy with the female pose. That's cool. Alright, next one here is Spritzy. And this one had you use an incense to evolve it. So I already used an incense earlier this evening to get this done out of the way. I wasn't going to make you guys sit through this. Not my intention at all. I'd rather just have it done. And there's Aromatisse. It's supposed to be a dancer. That is a really interesting dancer. Yeah, there we go. Spin for me. Woo! Okay. I'm having too much fun now making this thing spin. Okay, we're done. Next up, we've got our nice Slurpuff. I almost forgot the name of it. And for this one, I have to feed it 25 treats. Give me a couple minutes and I'll come back and evolve with you guys. 24 berries later, this thing is officially a pig. It ate so many berries. I can't believe they make you feed this thing 25 berries in order to evolve it. That's completely bonkers. But that's okay. Because now, if we go down here, 25 treats have been fed. I think what would be cool is if you gave it a Poffin, the requirement's just done. Like, let us pay for the evolution, you know? Just give us that, I think it's like $1 for the Poffin. I don't actually know if you can buy Poffins without the box. But regardless, just let us pay for it. That was so long. Here we go, into the decks. Slurpuff. which again, another Charmer for Go Battle League, and Charmers just are way too strong. But this one has some cool moves to it, so maybe I'll use it one day. And it is a Hundo. So, not what you want for PvP. You want the 0-15-15, which I do have, so I might try it one day. But there we go, Hundo of that. Let's go back now to our Pokemon. We're almost done. We've got a couple more to do. We've got our Bionicle, which again, this one here. Very proud to say I've got a Hundo from Research. When that was in Research, I made sure I went ham on it because, you know, easiest way to get the Hundos, and I will say this, guaranteed certification, is you just quest. Do quests. Do research quests. You have better odds of getting Hundos from Research than hatching, than doing raids, in my opinion. Like, one raid equals one Pokemon. Like, you can just do infinite amounts of research with how many stops you have. Well, not infinite. Fortunately, there is a cap to how many spins you can do in a day. I believe it's in a week that you can do 1,400. So if you can do 1,400 spins in under a week, that's up to you. But I can't. So moving on, we've got our lovely Scrub, and it evolves into Dragalge. Or Dragalge. Here we go. Alright, it's coming in. 3, 2, 1, and boom! It is so flimsy. Like, I feel like if you were to touch it, it would just like snap like a twig. Look at that. It doesn't even fit in the Pokedex screen either. Dragalge. Alright, and then it just goes like it just shoots at you. There we go. And then, here we go. We've got our Clauncher, which is not a Hundo, unfortunately. But it's a lucky one. So this cleans up Lucky Ducks as well. And it evolves into Clawitzer. Yeah, one of the newer ones we've gotten with the Scralp there. I like them. They're not bad Pokemon at all. These were some good designs. Generation 6 had some really weird designs, but they had some good designs as well. Like, obviously, one that I don't have that is out in the game, but only for France, is Klefki. And I don't know what they were thinking with that thing. But there we go. There's our Clauncher evolved into Clawitzer. And here we go. Our last one for the video here is our lovely, lovely Deerling. And it's a spring form one. So here's the little 411 and how I got this one. So I was just collecting a bunch of these when it first came out, like the first week it came out. And my mom and I were deciding, hey, let's do some mirror trades on these, right? Like the first 5 or so, we got this one right here. And funny enough, it was a random trade. We both got a lucky 100% Deerling. So I've been waiting a long time to do this one. Just for a special video. I think this is special enough for making all these new evolutions. And I actually best budded it as well. And I called it Bambi at one point because it looks like a little Bambi deer from like the movie. So it's time. Yeah, I'm going to make it a best buddied Sawsbuck. And it doesn't even ask you. Okay, I thought I was going to ask if you want to evolve it because it's a best buddy. Nope, it just clearly just lets you do it. So here we go. Here's our best buddied 100% lucky Sawsbuck. Oh, and the actual badge there, is it coming in the Pokedex? Oh, it does! That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so if you have the medal, it comes into the Pokedex with your Pokemon. Oh, I wonder how that would look if you got a Pokedex. No, that wouldn't work. Oh, because there's some, like, let me just show you. So that's it for my evolutions. Let me just show you. For example, Spiritomb. Look at what the badge is. It's not even like you guys know this one from my best buddy video, how to make a best buddy, right? It's not even on the Pokemon. It's like obvious. So I wonder what it would look like if you got the Pokedex edition. But obviously, you can't get a Pokedex best buddy because you have to get it as Pokedex edition first. So unfortunately, I can't ever test that theory, but that's pretty cool. That is neat. I like that. All right. So that is it for this video. And again, that was a lot of fun. I really had a lot of fun evolving all the new Pokemon. There was some in there that I haven't done, like for example the Pancham I told you guys about. But, you know, I need to get this done. I need to clean out my box. I need to just, you know, fix it up, make it look nice. So then I have room for future events, especially the next one coming up, which is Go Fest. 5th year anniversary Go Fest. There'll be so many new spawns there that we're going to want to catch in terms of shinies and in terms of hundos. So, you know, stick around for that. I will be making one other video. Tomorrow it should be coming out on how to clean your box. So if you're watching this before GoFest comes out, check out tomorrow's video, or if you're watching this after the day I posted this, then check out the video that I posted on how to clean your box and how to prepare for GoFest, because that's one that I can't wait to make for you guys, and I hopefully will be giving you guys some information in that will help you guys in order to be ready for the day, because there's lots of stuff going to be happening that day and you don't want to be prepared for it. So let me know what's your favorite Pokemon that I evolved today. I did a lot of them. Personally, one of my favorites was the Meowstic. That was really cool. But I also love the Crocodile. That red was so cool. I can't wait to do some more evolution in the future. And obviously, I'll be doing them for videos with the new Pokemon. And I'll keep them for a video. But I'm not going to keep them for long like all these ones. These have been in the game for months, if not over a year. Stick around till the end of the video, because I also have a couple bloopers that I wanted to share with you guys. I usually do it every single video. There's a couple that I haven't done lately but stick around to the very end of this video and for future videos as well, because I'm going to have little bloopers at the end of them, just some funny moments that I usually cut out of the video. But I said, you know what? I'll make extra content out of it at the very end. So if you want to stick around for that, please do. You'll have a good laugh. So thank you so much for watching. And as always, make sure to, boom, hit the like button. Click the red button down below to subscribe to the channel. Hit beside it so you know if I want to put a new video. I've been Urchin360, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Six, 7, maybe future Go Battle League pose, doing a curtsy. You never know. You never know. 8, 9. Okay, so they're one's like gazing into space. I don't know, but they both blow ice at the same time. Or frost breath. That's what I want to call it. 21. 22. For example, this guy. My game. Of course the game crashes. That's just Pokemon Go for you. Classic Pokemon Go. 24. Okay. Done. Okay.